everyone. Welcome to another episode of Online English Oman. And this is your host, Ms. Rosanne, with you. In today's video, we're going to study degrees of adjectives. Now meet Ali. Ali is a studious guy. He's got many books and he likes to read them all. On weekdays, he goes to a small but tidy library near his apartment. There, he reads all kinds of books. Some are small, some are bigger than the others. This one is probably the thickest book he has ever read. Could you imagine how long did he read it? I think Ali is the most industrious reader. What about you? Do you think you could be more intellectual than Ali? Huh? Let's see. Okay, so here I have got the chart of the degrees of adjectives. So on the first column, we have the positive degree, on the second, comparative degree, and on the third, superlative degree. Now, these are all the adjectives that we heard in the story about Ali. Now, when do we use the positive degree? It is the base form of the adjective, and it is used for only one person, place, thing, or event. And there is no comparison. We don't use ER or we don't add more. So we say, Ali is studious. There's no comparison. His apartment is small. And the library is tidy, so there is no comparison. Next, comparative degree. We used it when we are comparing two persons, places, things, or events. Example, some books are bigger than the others. Or, do you think you are more intellectual than Ali? So we use more and ER, and we also use than in the comparative degree. Okay. Next, superlative degree. It is used in comparing three or more persons, places, things, or events. So we say Ali has read the thickest book in the library. Or he is probably the most industrious guy because he reads all kinds of books. All right? So, these are the 3 degrees of adjectives. Now let's see if we can complete the chart. So for studious, do we use ER or do we use more? Because studious is a long adjective, therefore we will use more. More studious, the most studious. And the small is a short form of adjective, so we use ER. Smaller than, the smallest. Now for tidy, we change Y to I and then add ER and EST. So we say tidier than, the tidiest. Now here, the adjective bigger is in the comparative degree, so we just take off the ER and then write the positive degree, big. And for the superlative degree, the biggest. Now the next adjective, thickest, is in the superlative degree. So just take off EST and say thick for the positive degree and then make it thicker than because it is only a short adjective. Okay? Next, the most industrious. So since here we used most, then we just take off the most and say industrious, more industrious. Okay? Now the last adjective is in the comparative degree. So just take off more and say intellectual, more intellectual, most intellectual. Okay? Now, when do we use ER and EST? Now, generally, they are used in short adjectives, one syllable adjective or two syllable adjectives. Example, long, longer, the longest. Cute, cuter, the cutest. Tiny, tinier, the tiniest. What about more and most? Generally, we use them for long adjectives like wonderful, more wonderful, the most wonderful. Interesting, more interesting, the most interesting. Now, remember that this rule is not applicable to all kinds of adjectives. There are adjectives which has only one syllable or two syllables, but still they use more. Okay, so we say more unique, the most unique. More famous, the most famous. We cannot say uniquer or famouser. That's wrong. And also there are adjectives which are irregular and they form the comparative and superlative degree by changing the spelling. Example, good, better, best. Bad, worse, worst. Okay, so that's it for today. This is our lesson on degrees of adjectives. See you next time in the next episode of Online English Oman. Bye. Thank you for watching.